Hello children. Today in EVS 1 for Standard 4, we are going to learn a new lesson. The interrelationships between living things. Now what is the meaning of interrelationships? Yes, each living thing is dependent on the other. Now we shall solve a riddle. An age-old tree with a thick, strong trunk gives deep, dark shade from the scorching sun, like an old man's beard with many strands. It has ropes for swinging from every branch. So children, can you guess what is the name of this tree? Oh, which is the tree in this picture? Yes, it is the banyan tree. Now this tree is very useful. In villages, people when they are tired, they sit under this tree or they rest under this tree. Even when they want to conduct meetings, they conduct it under this tree. And in religious way also this tree is very useful and holy. Plants in our surroundings are useful to us in different ways. The names of some plants are given below. For what purpose do we use their leaves? So let us find out. Yes, the first one is the betel vine. Now these leaves are also known as the pan. The leaves of betel vine are eaten raw. The pan, eaten after a heavy lunch, is the leaf of this vine. It is used in worship and religious festivals too. The betel leaf has medicinal properties. The next is the fame of the forest, which is also known as palas. The fame of the forest is a huge and tall tree seen in jungles. Its dried leaves are used to make eating plates, also known as patravalis. The young leaves of palas are used as fodder for cattle. The next is fenugreek or methi. Now this is the seed, the methi seed, the dry methi seed. And this is the methi vegetable. Methi leaves are used for making different dishes such as methi parathas and methi bhaji or vegetable. Methi seeds are good for digestion of food. The next is vasaka, which is also known as adulsa. Leaves and bark of vasaka plant are used as a remedy for cough. Many cough syrups contain extracts of vasaka. The next is curry leaf plant, which is also known as kadi patta. Curry leaves are used for seasoning the food. They are added to different curries, vegetables and snacks for a typical flavor. It is also good for hair growth. So all the above 5 plants which we saw just now have medicinal properties. Using these leaves can help to keep health in good condition. Now we shall learn about the needs of living things are met in their environment. We have many needs, like our basic needs are food, water, air, clothes and shelter. All these needs are met in our surroundings. In fact, food, water and air are the needs of all living things. They are all fulfilled in the environment. But there are differences in the needs of each kind of living things. For example, the water that a mouse drinks in an entire day would not be enough for an elephant even at one time. Now think about it. Butterflies feed on the nectar of flowers. Can a frog do the same? No, the frog doesn't feed on the nectar. It eats insects. A sheep eats the leaves of shrubs. Can a tiger do the same? No, the tiger hunts for other animals. It does not eat leaves of shrubs. A fish can breathe in water. But can a pigeon do that? No, a pigeon cannot breathe in water. It will die. It has to fly in the open air. Bulrushes grow in water. Can a lemon tree do so? No, a lemon tree grows in soil. So each living thing's needs and wants are different. Any type of living thing will be found only where all its needs are fulfilled. So, living in areas where all its needs are fulfilled. Let's take the example of the tiger. A tiger has stripes. A tiger lies in wait for its prey among tall grasses. Its prey cannot see it in the grass because of the stripes. There are animals like the deer, nilgai, and the bison in grasslands. When the tiger is hungry, it can feed on them. For a tiger, there also needs to be dense vegetation, tall grasses, or caves in hills or mountains in the area so that the tiger can find shelter. A tiger inhabits an area where all these things are available. Animals are friends. We keep animals in order to satisfy some of our needs. They become dear to us. We look after them well. We feed them. We take them to a vet if they fall ill. These animals too return our affection. We get milk, meat, eggs, and several other things from animals. Some animals are useful for carrying burdens or drawing carts. Domestic animals are also used to help with the heavy farm work in fields. Dogs guard our houses. Cat chases the mice. Sheep give us wool. Now children, do you know? Even the excreta of domestic animals is of use to human beings. That is, the waste of the animals is useful for human beings. The dung of cattle is made into dung cakes. They are combustible. They are used in some places as fuel. When they burn, they give out smoke. A combustible gas called gobar gas is also obtained from cattle dung. That too is used as a fuel. It burns without smoke. Cattle dung is used for plastering mud houses. Manures made from cattle dung and sheep pellets are good for plants. Farmers use them for growing crops. Plants are friends. Just as we need animals, we need plants too. Plants give us food grains, vegetables and fruits. We love flowers too. We use them for many different purposes. We get flowers from plants. We also get cotton wool from plants to make cotton clothes. We grow plants that are useful to us methodically. We sow seeds. We make sure that they get water. We give manure when necessary. We spray pesticides if they are attacked by insects. Plants too give to us abundantly. They satisfy our needs. Now we shall learn about interaction among different living things. All the different kinds of living things obtain food from their environment. For example, chameleons eat insects when they are hungry. Some snakes eat mice and frogs. Tigers eat deer. Goats and sheep eat leaves of plants. Cattle eat grass. Now we shall learn a new term known as arboreal. This word comes from the Latin word arbor, which means tree. Arboreal means living in trees. Animals like monkeys and squirrels live on trees. It gives them certain advantages. Being at a height, they are better able to defend themselves from their enemies. These arboreal animals are fruit eaters and they spread the seeds of the plants in surrounding regions. Now, how is that? Unknowingly, they help the tree with whose support they live. As they move around here and there in the surroundings, they spread the seeds of the fruit they have eaten through their droppings. Because of this, new trees grow in different places. Some types of birds too find trees useful for building their nest. Now children, do you know an egret rides on a buffalo's back? Now what is the reason for this? Let us try and learn that. When a buffalo is grazing in a grassy area, the insects hidden in the grass fly out. A certain kind of egret feeds on different kinds of insects. Grass is full of all kinds of insects. But because they are hidden in the grass, the egret cannot see them and catch them. As a buffalo treads on the grass, it frightens the insects which fly out of the grass. The egret catches these insects easily and eats them up. Now we shall learn about seasonal changes in living things. We have 3 seasons: summer, the rainy season also known as the monsoon season, and the winter season. It is very hot in summer. We wear cotton clothes and drink plenty of water. In the rainy season or the monsoon season, we use umbrellas or different kinds of raincoats and hoods to avoid getting wet in the rain. In winter, we wear woolens and other warm clothes to protect ourselves from the cold. Just as the 3 seasons affect us, they affect all other living things too. We see these changes taking place in the living world every year, year after year. Winter in Maharashtra is also called the season of Pangal, that is, the falling of leaves. That is because many trees shade their leaves in winter. The coats of many furry animals become thicker in winter. This keeps them warm in the cold season. Such growth of hair is especially noticeable in animals like sheep and some types of goats and rabbits. The end of winter is also the time for the mango trees to start blossoming. These blossoms are called mohur in Marathi. At the close of the month of February, it becomes warmer, and by March, we begin to feel the heat. It's time for summer. In this season, many trees get leaves. Forests appear to have taken on a copper color because these leaves are reddish and shiny while they are tender. Their color changes to green as the leaves grow bigger. The call of the koel is heard in many places. In summer, the market is full of mangoes and watermelons for us to buy. This is the season for these fruits. Although mango trees grow all over Maharashtra, the Konkan region is particularly famous for its mangoes. It is also the season for the cashew nuts. The red, yellow cashew apples can be seen growing on the cashew trees on the hillsides in the Konkan region. In June, black clouds make their appearance. The rainy season is a short way away. By this time, we begin to get jackfruits, jamuns, which are also known as Java plums, and karvandas. The seeds of grass and other plants lie scattered all over the ground. They sprout and start growing as soon as it begins to rain. It becomes green everywhere. This greenery is soothing after the hot summer months. Sometimes we can even see the rainbow with its 7 colors in the sky. As it becomes wet everywhere, frogs appear. We also hear the loud noise of frogs croaking all together. For us, the rainy season is the season for crops to grow in fields. Farmers work hard in the fields. As the rainy season ends, it is time for winter to make a comeback. It gets colder and colder. This is not good for the frogs. They go deep under the ground for a long period of slumber, which lasts for 7 or 8 months. Means they hide themselves deep inside the ground. So children, you must always remember this. The environment changes with the seasons. Living things have to adapt themselves to those changes. So let us revise what we have learned. The needs of all living things are met in the environment. There are differences in the needs of different living things. Some arboreal animals like monkeys and squirrels live in trees and feed on them. Their droppings help trees to grow in new places. Some birds build their nest in trees. Each type of living things thrives where all its needs are fulfilled. For example, tigers live in grasslands and aquatic plants live in water. Changes in seasons affect living things. In winter, trees shed leaves and animals' coats grow thicker. At the start of summer, trees get new leaves. In the rainy season, it becomes green all around. Frogs appear and crops grow in fields. I hope so you've understood this lesson and enjoyed watching the video. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe my channel and stay tuned for more videos. Bye-bye.